Hey, welcome to the Extremely Low Budget Talk Show, episode 2. This is your host, Izan Yobot, and let's get started. So, I had recorded episode 2, but it was just too real. The subject I was talking about, the subject was too real. You know what I mean? So, I had to, I'm gonna do a new episode 2, and I think this won't be good. It was just too real to put out on YouTube just yet. I feel like YouTube, might suppress it, because I got into some really real topics, but I'm gonna just talk about what I'm doing right now, which is music. I'm gonna talk about the subject of being a musician. So I was thinking about when you're a musician, right? You're an artist, a musician. The music is I always say, the music is tied to your life. You live this shit when you're a musician. For example, you're okay, I could go out with my friends, right? They're going out drinking or they're doing something, they're having fun, right? But you're I have to track vocals tomorrow. So then you're nah, I can't do that. So that's how it's music's tied to your life, and also you're writing about experiences you have in your life. So it's people think being a musician is all fun and games, right? But it's actually you go through a lot of suffering and sacrifice just to give other people music. You're just you're writing about your experiences, you're sacrificing fun so that you can get this music done. You're putting a lot of money that you don't have into going to have to recording, going to the studio, promoting your music. This stuff costs money, and you could be spending that on getting some I guess you could say flashy clothes or going out and having fun, but you're choosing to sacrifice it for the greater good of being a musician, which is what it's for. Music, this shit becomes your life. So I say music is tied to your life, and also it directs your life in a way. Now that you're writing songs, right? I hope this is making sense to people who don't play music. But musicians get this. This is the things that you do, it's this weird ripple effect, you know what I mean, where now you're writing about things that happen in your life, so it's changing the course of certain things that you do. It's changing how you move. So, and I think there's something admirable in that, man. But that's just not for music, too. That also goes to acting, for activism, for anything. You're sacrificing having a normal life so that you can do this. So if you get into this just for materialistic things, to get rich, or I don't know, maybe you want to party with beautiful women and stuff, you're in for a rude awakening, because it's actually it's actually a lot of suffering you go through to get this done, because you got to budget your money to be able to have money for the studio. You got to be able to promote the song. You go through heartache if shit doesn't work out. You got to keep trying. You're not going to have instant gratification. You're going to put something out, it may not do well, and you have to accept that and just keep going and go on to the next song. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of sacrifice in being a musician or an artist, and some people don't get that when they get into this business, you know? And yeah, so I've just it's weird thinking over everything. You got to be willing to put it all on the line. And I'm starting to realize well, you know how they say music makes the world go round, or the artists make the world go round? It's kind of true, man, because you're doing this, you're sacrificing your fun, or what you want to have, live a normal life, a life of normalcy, to give people some entertainment. That's why it's kind of unfortunate a lot of artists and musicians are just treated like shit, man. And a lot of people don't take them seriously. They never really give them their props until they make it. All up until they have some success, they're just treated so poorly. And it's really unfortunate, man. There needs to be more programs for musicians, on the upcoming musicians, man. People who just can't afford to maybe they want to play a guitar and they can't afford to get a guitar. And there's some programs like Music Cares is really good, and there's some colleges that offer scholarships for musicians, but it's just hard, man. There's a lot of disappointment and heartache that people don't see. They only see from the outside looking in what artists go through, but it can be very sad, man, the music industry. But I think if you're just doing it for the right reasons, man, you won't really care about the heartache, and it makes you stronger in the end, you know? All the stuff that you go through. But there is so many things, bro. You'll be sometimes be like, can I just catch a fucking break, man? Like, cause you're just like, things are not working out, and you're just like doing all these things. You're nervous. You're like, you're going to write your songs. Then you gotta track them at the studio, which is extremely nerve wracking. Then once that's done, that's only like what 10% of it. Now you gotta put it out. You gotta share it. Some people are very like mean in the comments. Some people will shit on your art that you took hours on, and you have to just go through that. You gotta take it on the chin, which is another part of being a musician, man. And you're constantly told like, why are you doing this? Like, don't you want to just like get a real job? Like, why are you messing around with that stuff? You know, it's just a hobby, right? That's what people tell you, and that's what you go through, man. So yeah, music is very much tied to your life. You don't just play it, like, or you don't just mess around. Like, you're living this. Like, once you choose to like be a musician or an actor or an activist, you're living this shit, you know? It's not like you're just like putting one foot in, or you're like, I'm gonna like do this, like this isn't gonna take that much time. No, this is now your whole life. Like, it becomes you, you know? And yeah, man, a lot of people don't get that. The sacrifice for the greater good, right? So people hear your music, and maybe like it gets people to turn their lives around. Maybe there's someone who's like addicted to drugs, you know, or there's someone who's struggling, and they hear your music and it kind of pulls them out of that. That's something where like that's the greater good right there. So you're sacrificing your life to help other people through your music. Music makes the world go round, man. And a lot of people think like it's a joke, or they just don't take it seriously, or like, you know, it's just a hobby. But bro, like, music is healing, man. And so are the thespians and the actors. Like, man, shout out to all the artists. The world needs the artists, man. They're the healers. Like, we like art is like very like, it's like kind of how do I explain this? Art kind of shows you, like, it gives you like a peek to that there's something more to the world, you know? It really does give you energy, and like we couldn't live without art. Like, there's just something about when you hear like your favorite song, it just motivates you, you know? Or when you see a movie you love, like, you want to like be that character. You're inspired. You're like running out of the theater. You're so happy, like, that you saw that movie. Like, you're thinking about it for the week. Like, it's powerful, man. Or like when you go see your favorite band in concert, it's powerful. So like the world needs art, man. The world needs the artists, and they're treated very poorly, man. But yeah, it's a sacrifice. So like if you're like getting into music or acting or something like that, just know like there's gonna be a big sacrifice, man. A lot of people are gonna doubt you. They're gonna be like, why are you doing this? Like, why don't you just like, you know that this shit is just a hobby. Like, you're throwing your life away, you know that, right? And there's some very sad moments, man. There's some like sad moments I've had to pull myself out of, and I have depression, man. So I'd be like, damn, like, can I just like catch a break? Like, I've been like giving so much to this like music, and some days I just like, I'm like, damn, like, you get down, man. You get down. But the thing is, like, a lot of times, like, when you're down, it actually helps when you just kind of dive even more into it. Like, you'll start writing more songs. Like, bro, there was a time where like I was just like trying to like write a song every day, which is actually like takes your mind off the negativity when you just start doing your art and diving into it. And it's good to write every day. You're kind of like sharpening your sword, like how like you train like a Jedi. And if you literally write songs every day, you will become a Jedi Master eventually. You get better. Like, people always say, like, oh, are you born, like, being able to do music? Like, some people are just naturally good at it, but honestly, You don't even have to be good. If you just start writing every day, you will get good. It's like working out in the gym. Like if you write every day, like you're gonna learn better hooks, when to come in, different ways to sing. Like you're gonna get better. Or if let's say you're playing guitar, that's how it works. You do something every day, you get better. But yeah, so I'm gonna make this the second episode, and just make it about music because I'm kind of doing music right now. Maybe I'll release the other ones, but the other ones I was talking about like good and evil, and I cut into some really deep shit, man, on the other episode, so I didn't release them. I was like talking about like really wild like conspiracies and stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I can upload these, man. But yeah, for now, I think this is a nice one. I hope it motivates someone. What I'm saying is like, once you decide that you're going to be a musician, it becomes your life because you're writing about your life. So the music is tied to you. And I also say this too. I had this other expression. So your instrument is the guitar or the bass or the vocals or the drums, right? But I always say like life's instrument is you. Like you're being pulled in all these different directions and being inspired to make these songs about your life. Like the universe is pulling you in all these different directions. Like the angel's instrument is you. So the angels are playing you to compose these songs. So it gets really deep if you think about it, man. And your songs are also like inspiring other people and causing a ripple effect and changing someone else's lives. Gets wild, man. Yeah. So you really are, it's kind of like you're a superhero. You're taking on this like great responsibility to be a musician, to rock out. And it's sad because a lot of people, they don't see that. They're just like, oh, like this is just a hobby, like you're just having fun. It's like you're not having fun, like you're giving up your whole life for this shit. You know? You're sacrificing everything. Bro, I've canceled so many dates to just stay and just work on my music. Like I was just like, nah, I gotta like do this song, or I gotta track in the studio tomorrow. Like I really want to see this girl, but I gotta do this. And like I've regretted it after. I've been like, shit, like, because then like they'll get mad, and then you kind of like, she won't answer you back, and I'm like, damn, I should have just went on that date, because sometimes I'll get lonely. But I'm like, nah, I don't regret like writing that song. Like one time I canceled this date with this girl because I was actually conceptualizing this music video, and she got really mad at me. She's like, oh, you don't want to see me? Like that's how it is? Like just okay then? Like she got mad at my text, and I was like telling her like, look, I'm just like, I have something I have to do. Like, can I see you in like a week or so? And she just like blocked me. She was pissed. And I was like, but that music video that I conceptualized ended up doing really well. So that was the sacrifice. And the music video was so loco. So if I had like went out and had my fun and I could have probably had a lovely time with this girl, I probably wouldn't have, the music video wouldn't have been what it was. So see how life's instrument is you? So you're sacrificing a normal life. Like I could have probably damn near been married now and had a normal life and lived in a house, but I chose to do art. So it's put me through some tough times. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring that out. But I don't regret it. It's a crazy life like that I've chosen. A lot of people don't understand it. But bro, like to be able to inspire someone else, man, and do this stuff, and I'm still struggling, man. Still trying to do it, but it's the sacrifice, man. And there's ups and downs each days, but I guess that's just what it is. You gotta roll with the punches, man. Like I canceled this other date because I had to clear all the stuff on my computer. I had to organize my ideas, and I was just busy again with creative stuff, man. It's like, and then there'll be some days where like I'm just like I'm like, I would like, some days I would like to have a normal life, but then some days I wouldn't. But there's nothing that better than completing a song, right? And you're just performing it, and you're like, I did that. Like, I did that shit. Like, this is sick, bro. And you just bring out this energy in you didn't know you had. And you're like, I did that shit. That's so cool, man. Like, to be able to say, like, I created something, bro, that wasn't there in the world before. That's cool. And I think worth the sacrifice. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. So this one, I'm definitely going to try to release the Extremely Low Budget Talk Show, episode 2. This will be episode 2, talking about the music. And maybe I'll find the other one for episode 3. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a good night. Stay safe out there, whatever you're on the East Coast or West Coast. This has been the Extremely Low Budget Talk Show, episode 2. Alright. Later.